Buenos dias, clase de Español 2. This is Señor Irvin, and this is a quick video on formal commands that have irregular spelling changes. These are some irregular verbs that all we're going to be doing is we're going to actually include some spelling changes. Now, these verbs fit into three classifications. They are verbs that end in car, gar, and sar. There's all kinds of those verbs actually included inside of the assignment itself. You'll see this little chart here. But right now, we're just going to focus on these three verbs: tocar, llegar, and comenzar. So first, let's take a look at the verb tocar. The first thing that we're going to do is, if we just kept it the same, we were going to do a formal command with tocar. It would look like this, tose. But this doesn't keep the original sound of the verb, tocar, which is a hard C sound. So what we're going to do is change that C to a QU. So our rule is that if we have car, we're going to change the C to a QU to make sure that it keeps the original sound. So for example, the word toque. Now the plural form of that, if you're telling more than one person to touch something, okay, you're giving them a command, you would say toquen. Okay, and I could actually write that down too. Let's clone this and let's add an N to make it the ustedes form of the formal command. So anytime you see car, you'll change the C to a QU. So llegar has a similar problem. When we change it into the formal command, we take off the AR, we add an E as our ending. Well, this would sound like this, llegue. And we want this original hard G sound in Español. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a U in there. So we're going to have llegue, or the they form would be lleguen. And so therefore our rule over here, we can write down that the G, we're actually going to change it to GU. Okay, we're going to make sure that we have a U included in there. Bueno, and the last one is comenzar. And comenzar has an S sound here. And if we go through this and pick the opposite ending, it's comence, okay? And what we want to do, and actually it's going to be comience. It's a stem changing verb, so I'm going to go like this. And what we're going to do is we're going to take off the Z, and we're going to actually change the Z to a C, comience. So the sar verbs are going to change like this, comiencen. So I'm going to put a little rule here that the Z will change to a C for zar verbs. So there is a list of a whole bunch of other kinds of verbs there for your liking there. Tocar, buscar, practicar, llegar, and jugar are all tocar, buscar, and practicar are all car verbs. Jugar, navegar, and llegar are gar verbs, and then the zar verbs are down here, comenzar, empezar, and cruzar. And they all are going to follow this kind of spelling changes. Bueno, so what you're going to do is you're going to go through and complete this actual practice here. And this practice is actually super easy cheesy. And what we're going to do is it says we're going to use the usted command form. So not the ustedes, but just the usted. And what we're going to remember is what kind of verb is it? It's almorzar. It's a zar verb. And it said over here that a zar verb, we're going to change the Z to a C. So if we go back and look at this, it should look like this. Let me take off the infinite cloner here and go like this. So it should be almuerce. And the reason why this O changed to UE, by the way, is an O to UE stem changing verb. Okay, so that also happened, but then the ending part is the most important, that it ended in CE. So same thing with jugar, it's a U to UE. We have juegue, and it should look like this. Explicar is a CAR verb, so it needs to change to QU, so it should be explique, and so on and so forth. So try to do these examples here as you go through. That's it. Adios. Hasta la vista.